Okay, so this is just a quick little video for any fathers out there that are gearing up for a divorce, or they're leaving the old lady, the lady's leaving you, whichever. But there's some kids involved, so things are looking pretty bleak for you, pretty dark, pretty depressing. You know, when you're a dad, you're needed all the time. You know, Dad, open this. Dad, can I go outside? Dad, is this bark? What's yellow? Whatever, man, all the time. So, you're going to find that when you're out of the house now, and you're not the sole custodial parent, you're going to be alone a lot. You're going to be depressed, man. You're really going to have the notion that no one cares about you. No one gives a shit about you. No one ever calls to check on you, whatever. So, I'm here to tell you that there is someone that does. There's an entity that will always be there. Always. Like, wherever you go, they'll be there. Sometimes they'll be there before you know you're even there. Either way, you can count on that. Know that these people can't make a dime without you, but don't give a damn about you. And that is the Child Support Enforcement Agency. Okay? Just today I got up feeling kind of bummed out and bleak and depressed, and opened up my mailbox, and bam, there's 3 summons to appear in court next week. Now, I have a financial support order on 1 child, but I have 3 cases on 1 kid. I'll save that for another video if I make it, but yeah, any way the county can make money off your ass, they're going to do it. So 1 child, I have 3 cases on 1 child, but I meet my monthly financial obligation for that child. So when I got these 3 summons, you know, I was like, what's going on? I called, and I said, hey, what's going on here? And I'm like, do I not meet my monthly financial obligation for all 3 cases? And they said, yeah, you do. And she was like, actually, you're shy about 2 cents. And I'm like, well, shit, I'll pay the 2 cents. She's like, no, it's not. That's not a problem. I said, so what's the case? Why do I gotta come to court? You know? And she said, well, they just want to sit down and see how things are going. I'm like, what do you mean? You guys know how things are going. You guys make the things that are going. Like, I don't understand. And they're like, I just like to see where you're at, you know, how things are going for you. And it was at that very moment I was like, shit. These motherfuckers care about me. Like, they really care. Checking on me. Man. Anyway, you know, I mean, it wasn't always running smooth like this for me with my child support. And motherfuckers are locking me up left and right. Lock me up. And my child support payments would come through 2 and 3 days after I'd be in jail, and they'd still keep me in there. And when you're in jail, that's no time off of what you owe. Like, when you get placed in jail, that does nothing for you. Now, the county that puts you in jail, they get paid from the state. You want to know why? Because child support is ran through Probate Court Division of Common Pleas. Common Pleas is state court. State is felony. So that's why it is that way. So that way, because if child support wasn't a felony and it was municipal court, well, then the county would have to eat all of that fucking cost. And do you think if the county had to eat its own cost on bringing your ass to fucking court and putting you in jail, do you think they would be roping in motherfuckers the way they do on child support court? No. But because the state picks up the bill, wow. If you skip out on paying child support, it's a felony warrant. felony warrant. Anyway, so don't be confused. When a lot of people, when they hear men complain about child support, they're like, oh, listen to this deadbeat motherfucker, don't want to support his kids. I'm here to tell you that that's not the case. In most regard, that's not the case. There are some dudes out there that are just pieces of shit. But what I'm saying is, like 98% of all the guys I know are up in arms and complaining about child support, not because of the monetary aspect of it or how much. Well, maybe some of them do fucking get reamed. But anyway, it's because it takes nothing for a court to issue a wage withholding, take our money, take our license, put a lien against our property. It takes nothing for a state or a county to do that. But if we want to be in that child's life, if we want to actually, in some cases, continue, like in my case, I was with one of my kids every day of his life until the day the mother and I split and she moved out and then kept him from me. But 4 years, so for some guys, it's not that they had a one-night stand with a chick and then got told, like, hey, you're a dad. No, like, a lot of these guys, they were married or they were in the home, they were with the kids all day, every day, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. So it's not like they were strangers or anything. Just as much, equally, if not more apparent, same as the mother. But anyway, so for a man to get any kind of rights to even go around that child, to be what he was before the girl decided to go leave or be a whore or whatever, he has to pay, again, out of his pocket. Now, for the woman to collect your money, that took nothing. In fact, in many ways, I guess this is my opinion, but the court does everything it can to keep the man out of the picture, the husband, the father. They'll scare the women like, oh, hey, don't let that baby daddy come around, because if he's staying at your house, his income counts as your income and you'll lose your food stamps, you'll lose your Medicaid, you'll lose your place to live. That's what they pump into these young mothers, man, because personally I believe it's like cultural, it's like, I don't know, subversion tactics or something. It's like socialism or some shit. Anyway, but however you want to look at it, that is kind of the truth of the matter. So even if you're not in favor of it, most young mothers, are given more. Free education, all that shit, as long as the father's not in the picture. But it takes nothing. It takes nothing for them to issue that. But in order for you to go to court and be like, yo, I'm the dad, can I see my kid? I miss him, he misses me, this is wrong, you got to pay out of pocket. And in most cases, it's best to lawyer up. And that's going to cost you some money. And she can oppose it and drag it along even more and more. And then even if you do get awarded some kind of custody, at best, you're going to be the weekend warrior dad. You got 2 weekends a month. Now, I make these videos on a couple different platforms, whatever you want to call it. And it's not to bitch and complain or say pity my life. I'm old. It's still all a learning process to me, but everything that I know now, I love to share with as many people as possible, especially now. Look, it affects everyone, it may be a man, it may be a father that's getting strung through court and losing everything and at his like wit's end with shit. But he has a family too, he's got a mom, he's probably got a sister that they're affected by it. So it's not that it's just the father that's affected, everybody's affected. So I try to I'm not a lawyer, I'm not any kind of attorney, but this is all based off of my experience. And I just try to put it out there as much as possible so that way people at least get thinking about it. Or, for young men, they are somewhat familiar, or at least asking some of the right questions. And for the women or the mothers, maybe they didn't even know that stuff, shit could get this bad or whatever. And so maybe after they hear some of these horror stories, they might not go that route. But more than likely, probably want to go that route. But anyway, there it is. Assalamu alaikum.